Hi again, it's David Goldberg. Hope you're having a great week. Today, I want to talk about a topic that isn't really my typical video that I post. I had an experience this past week that just made me think about some of the bad apples that are out there in this industry. And unfortunately, like in any industry, there's people that do their jobs well and do what's best for their clients, and there's people that don't. And this experience just made me think to do a quick little video about when to dump your lender. And, there's a few big topics that if you can't get the right answers from your lender or can't get answers at all from your lender, then you might want to search and see who else can help you out. For example, they won't discuss interest rates. They won't discuss rate locks. They won't give you any definitive answers on where the market is. Now, listen, I understand that you might be just pre-approving yourself for a loan. Maybe you're months away from actually closing and locking a rate, maybe even a year if you're doing new construction. I get that. But you can still get the current interest rate quote on your scenario from that day, even if you aren't locking or closing for a long period of time. But it gives you the exact answer so that you can compare apples to apples from another quote from the same day and know which lender has the best deal for you. There's lenders out there that will just give you ranges, or they'll give you a real low quote that's completely off the charts and isn't even available, just to get you in the door and get your application and hope that you're going to stick around through closing. But nothing is guaranteed, and of course, they're not giving you accurate numbers. In my case, what I do is I always discuss with my clients, no matter where they are in the process, here's where rates are today if we were to lock for 30 days, for 45 days, for 60 days, whatever that period of time is that they think they need. And I'll give them the exact cost. If there's discount points, options, I'll let them know what they can buy the rates down to. I give them a full spread of rates and fees associated with each individual rate so they can see what the market is. And more importantly, I know where the market is on a day-to-day basis, because guess what? That's my job, to watch the market and know exactly when the right time is to lock in based on mortgage-backed securities pricing adjustments, based on 10-year Treasury pricing adjustments, and overall economic conditions like Federal Reserve announcements, jobs reports, unemployment reports, etc. So any loan officer that's telling you, I don't really know what the market's doing today, or I don't know which way the rates have been moving as of late, probably not the best choice for you, and you might want to dump them and move on. Next topic that you need to have with a conversation with your lender about is closing costs. And any lender that balks at this conversation, that's a big red flag right off the bat. When I'm discussing a loan with my clients, I tell them exactly, this is what our underwriting fee is. These are going to be your estimated title fees from the title company that's handling the settlement. These are the recording fees to the county. If it's in an area where there's transfer taxes, I'll let them know what that amount is. And then we'll also look up property taxes on the property, assuming it's an existing home. And we'll give you an estimate on homeowners insurance. All the things that factor into your out-of-pocket expenses at closing above and beyond the down payment. So any lender that can't give a good estimate on those numbers, even from an initial conversation before they even have an application, is just holding back on you, and it's a big red flag. Once you're actually in contract or you have an application with that lender, they definitely should be able to provide those numbers for you, and it should start getting tighter and tighter the closer you get to closing. So anytime you have hesitation or resistance on that question, you might want to walk. Another topic that comes up is I hear borrowers say, my lender didn't tell me why I don't qualify for X loan amount. Well, what do you mean they don't tell you why you don't qualify? If I have a pre-approval application from a borrower, I tell them exactly how much they can qualify for, what their maximum monthly total housing payment is, which includes property taxes, homeowners insurance, HOA fees if there are any. And we know to the penny exactly what that maximum payment can be. Now, interest rates can fluctuate from day to day, and that may change their buying power, but we know what the maximum debt load is, and we can tell them what the best price range to stay in to keep the approval valid through closing. Now, a lender that doesn't share that information and keeps their debt ratio a secret, doesn't discuss which different loan programs have different debt ratio limits and which option may be better for them. Again, big red flag. You might want to walk away from that lender and find someone else who can help. And then finally, another one this is bizarre to me, but I hear, typically in like a call center type situation, the client talks to their loan officer and they're quoted a 30-year fixed rate with 20% down, and that's it. So, well, what do you mean that's it? Didn't they discuss other options with you? Maybe a 10% down payment, maybe a 5% down payment. What about a shorter loan term, a 20-year fixed rate instead of a 30-year fixed rate? What about an adjustable rate program? There's a lot of different ways to slice and dice a mortgage, and only quoting one loan program and one rate is definitely not the sign of a pro. So if that's the kind of information you're getting from your lender, again, another red flag to have a conversation with another lender who might be able to help you out a little bit better. So if you're seeing any of those red flags that come up in your conversations with the loan officer you're speaking with, pick up the phone, call me, shoot me an email. I'm always here to help, answer any questions, and I promise you I won't hide anything that I've talked about here when we're talking. Have a terrific day and talk soon. Thanks.